Ethereum reaches an important support. Bitcoin is funneling down, so we don't know if it's gonna shrink more or if it's gonna rise back to the $100,000. We've had a lot of liquidations this weekend, and there's a lot of speculations that Bitcoin itself will go down back to $94,000. So what are your thoughts on this? Let's talk about it together in today's video. Welcome everyone. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Here it was a good one. Let's get into the nitty and gritty part of the things here. First of all, Bitcoin right now is at $98,437. Ethereum meanwhile is at $3,872. So if you remember last week, we've got liquidated on Bitcoin and we made money on Ethereum. I asked the devs, I asked the team, and we actually did not get liquidated on the leg down, but on the leg up. I got called by margin and that closed my position. So they're trying to figure out what is the best method so that doesn't happen when there's huge volatility here on the upside or downside, depending if you're selling a call or a put. So again, that is something that we have to take the loss, take the L, but for the Ethereum side, we are doing very, very well. And starting with Ethereum, if you look at the charts right now, we have tested and held this very strong support right here, which we just tested again. If you go to the 1 hour chart, we see we just tested this again, and it seems to be holding fairly well. So that being said, most likely this is the next leg up for Ethereum, maybe. Who knows? This is something that we have to see, but honestly, my opinion, I believe so, that this is one leg up for Ethereum right now, but we don't have that same support on the Bitcoin side. If you trace a line right here, it is not going to hold, and actually it looks kind of ugly if we do that right here, because it means that we already broke below this support that now acts as a resistance. And that will make sense because we actually tested this twice right here. First of all, during the Black Swan event day, and the next day we just tested the top right here and fell down. But another thing, if you believe and use Bollinger as an indicator, this is funneling down. And you can see whenever there's a funnel down right here, whenever Bollinger funnels, then it explodes towards one side. You see a funnel right here, it explodes, it went up a little bit, a funnel right here went up, funnel right here went down. So you can see that Bollinger is a good way to see volatility. As it reduces, it brings Bollinger back together. The two bands, they shorten the range, and then once that happens, there's a spike in volatility, there's a spike in price towards the upside or downside. So we don't actually know where it's that going to go. That is up to you to do your technical analysis, your due diligence, do your own research, and see if we might be going down or up. Again, personal opinion, I think we're going to be going down, which is the same thing I've been saying last week when I saw the $102,000 call, which again, if you don't consider that huge Black Swan event on the upside and on the downside, this candle, this red candle right here, is perfectly within my technical analysis. So again, this week, most likely for Bitcoin, I'm going to sell some calls. Again, for Ethereum, most likely I'm going to sell some puts right here towards the 36, maybe 3,500, and we will see how's that going to go. If we go to the copy trading side, we have very good returns right here. November, we did 6.7. So far it was the least performing month, but again, 6.7 in a single month. Well, talk about that to your stock friends, to your stock investor friends, and let them know that you had 6.7% ROI, so cash in hand, in a single month, and let me know what they say. So even if you see that as a low number, lower than the other months, this is still a phenomenal return for a single month. So now December, this is December 9th as the time I'm recording this on a Monday, we already have 1.76%. So huge returns. We're almost at the 900 unique users here that have deposited on this one. The Phoenix is at 515. So that being said, copy trading is doing fantastic as well. If we go to the heat map, this heat map right here just shows that I think we are on the same page right here. You can see that we are looking kind of heavy on the bottom. We took this liquidation right here, took this one, and now I'm fairly certain that we're going to be looking at this one right here, the 97,640. Maybe you're going to be looking up above. Again, if we switch to the week, this is a little bit different. You can see that now we have a very strong right here liquidation ceiling and not bottom. But again, you can see that since the huge candle, it was already right here at around the $105,000 mark, but we liquidated all the way to the bottom of $90,200. So again, most likely it will hit here first before it looks towards the top. For Ethereum, it already took a few times in a row. So it liquidated right here, liquidated right here, right here, right here, right here. Maybe it will look back at the 38.21, but so far it liquidated so many times at the bottom. And again, if you look at the chart that we just showed, that support is very strong. Most likely we're going to retrace and look at least at the 39.29, especially in the next 24 hours. So if we switch to the week instead, what we see is similar to Bitcoin. We have a stronger top than a bottom right here, 2.4 billion here and 2.37 billion right here, but we do have a larger zone right here. So if you add all of these up, here we have another 218, here we have 1.71 billion. So right here, it is a little bit denser. You can even see that that range is coming back here, and this acts as a support zone. So I think this will be holding and it will be going up again towards, maybe it won't hit, but towards the $4,000 again. If we talk liquidations, we have to talk about the $500,000 liquidated in especially long positions. 89% long positions were liquidated here in the past 24 hours, which accounts for $413 million. It just switched right here, but still 413 across versus 89 million on the short side. So there's a lot of longs that were taken by these red candles, but maybe this is a good thing, which means that we'll flip on the Ethereum side and we should see it going back up. But now let's talk about news. Let's see some articles that talk about Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. So here we have some major things happening. In less than 10 days, we have CPI for the Fed, and that usually brings volatility with us, maybe on the upside, maybe on the downside. It depends on them, on what they're going to say. We also have China announcing its first policy loosening move in 15 years. So this will kind of loosen up things, maybe with crypto as well, and that should bring in more volume for Bitcoin. Then we have Microsoft that is due on voting if either they're going to or not going to get Bitcoin as part of the treasury of their assets. Doing some technical analysis, some traders say that Bitcoin is unable to sustain itself above the $100,000 mark right now, and that will make the market choppy, at least for Bitcoin, which usually reflects on Bitcoin assets, maybe not so much on the Ethereum assets, because those are doing very, very well. So when Bitcoin moves, usually Doge, other meme coins that are like Pepe, Shiba, all these, they tend to follow Ethereum. Even so, sometimes even moving faster or higher than Ethereum, because Ethereum moves a little bit, they move more because they have lower market cap. But for Bitcoin, it doesn't seem to be that way, because now it looks to be choppy. So it's going to look back at the 98, maybe look back at the 94, as we said before. Another trader mentioned that we have the possibility that we go look for the 50% of that wick that we saw from the liquidation cascade, the Black Swan day, as we're going to call it here. And a lot of traders think that this could be a possibility. We look back up towards the 100,000, but again, it is not going to be holding, and then it's going to look down towards the 50% of that week right here that we saw, which is around the $94,000 that we mentioned in the beginning of the video. So for December 18th, we're going to have the CPI, and for that we have 85% chances that we're going to see 425 to 450 BPS. So another 0.25% cut rate, which should be very, very good news and should reflect positively in the market as a whole. Another Bitcoin news that we see is that long-term holders, they're offloading some of their Bitcoin right now at very high prices that no one has seen before. They're taking some profits, and that in the last 30 days accounted to 828,000 Bitcoin in total. That is a huge, huge amount of Bitcoin, which is around $82.6 billion at current prices of $99,000. And since they were sitting on a huge amount of unrealized profits, it is okay to see, and is something that we're going to see so far, of people selling or closing their positions on Bitcoin, because we have an average of 400% gain for the long-term holders when their average price is around $24,481. Imagine having bought Bitcoin as $24,841. That would have been amazing. And even if I was one of these, most likely I would have taken some profits by now if I haven't done it before. That being said, now let me open these positions right here. I'm going to sell a call and I'm going to sell a put for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we can end the video right after. to finish the video, here are the options that I sold: a 3600 for Ethereum, a put that we sold for December 13th, and 1005 call that we sold for Bitcoin by December 13th. And with this, we crossed the $120 mark. So you should make around 121, 122 here total. For the leaps, we have $2,000 here, 115% on the Bitcoin one, and we crossed the $1,000 mark for the Ethereum one, 83% so far on the Ethereum, and these two are doing fantastic. The bottom one for the $4,000, it is at 84%, so that one we could close at a 50-50 if time helps. A lot of people asked, well, Ethereum is very close to 4K, so when it switches, this one is going to go positive. And no, it doesn't work that way, because since we sold this one, we have time decay eating day by day. Think of this option like a cookie, and time is going to eat bit by bit. So you're going to bite around the cookie, eating the price itself, the cookie itself away. And the closer we get to expiration, these bites are getting bigger, bigger, bigger. And even if we get across the $4,000 mark, this price itself, the cookie, the size of the cookie will be less than it was in the beginning. And even if we have a huge spike in price, the cookie won't get bigger than that. So for this, we have this loss that we're going to take anyways. I don't think it's going to be possible for it to become profitable. Ethereum will have to skyrocket to $6,000-$7,000 in the next few days. But maybe we can reach that 50% mark that I mentioned before. So this is it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, comment down below something so we can engage in the algorithm, and you can help up the channel by doing so. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for another video. Peace.